Welcome to the first day of your second week, which is day 8. This week, we're going to be studying mindfulness. In this busy world of ours, the mind is constantly pulled from pillar to post, scattering our thoughts and emotions and leaving us feeling stressed, highly strung, and at times quite anxious. Most of us don't have 5 minutes to sit down and relax, let alone 30 minutes or so to do a meditation session. But it is essential for our well-being to take a few minutes each day to cultivate mental spaciousness and achieve a positive mind-body balance. So if you are busy, like most of us are, some of the simple techniques I'm going to teach you over the next week will help you decipher and calm in the midst of the madness of your hectic days. Again, this week we will be studying mindfulness. We will be shifting gears and begin to focus on mindful training. Here, this is where we talk about self-awareness and your presence by talking about what mindfulness is. So, mindfulness is the ability to be aware of yourself and how you show up and play the game of life. This means your presence in the room. How do people perceive you? How are you feeling when you walk away from a conversation? How do they feel as you walk away from the conversation? Also, what is important in this scenario is how you engage each other in the conversation. Do you often feel powerless, helpless, or withdrawn? Do you feel that you have no voice, or that you can't communicate these things the way you need to? Mindfulness is bringing our consciousness forward so we can understand how we think and how we process situations. I know some of this does not seem clear, but as we learn this new skill set, it'll start to all fall in place. Last week, we had you doing some assignments that required you listening to my voice and then you doing some writing. For the first day of this week, day 8, you're just going to be listening because this is to get your mind in a position so you understand how your mind works. Again, it is amazing how this technique will unwind for you. It will almost be as if you have a bird's eye view over a situation. I know this sounds strange. It's almost like an out-of-body experience once it all starts to fall in place. When you are in a stressful situation that seems chaotic, that you have lost control of, that you are no longer grounded, that you're repeating yourself over and over, that you don't seem to be getting anywhere, one way, even in the midst of this argument, to redirect and make you mindfully aware of the situation is to breathe. And you're already breathing, I know, but it's a certain technique that will make all the difference, because this breathing technique will stop you in your tracks and help you to focus, get grounded, and redirect. So in this breathing, you will breathe in and out, in and out. And these breaths usually take 6 seconds in between. And if you do this in the midst of having a bad situation, it will totally help you pull yourself away from the situation. So today's lesson is to practice being the observer of your surroundings. Today is about thinking before you speak. Today is about consciously being aware of yourself in daily situations, at work, at play, with your friends, family, and anyone in between. And the more you practice being the observer, the less you get stuck into the emotional drama. Again, the losing the temper, the saying things that you shouldn't, the feeling like you're not being heard. When you become emotionally, consciously aware of yourself and how you react, you realize that you are in control of the way that you act. The first phase of mindfulness is being able to just observe. What am I thinking? What am I feeling in this moment? And as I said before, it's almost as if you're going to take yourself out of the situation, almost like an out-of-body experience. Mindful observation is a better way to define this. As you take yourself out of the situation and you try to get grounded, focus on something that is near you. The clock, the ceiling, but you can do this without being obvious. The door handle, the window, just a small object. And I want you to temporarily redirect your thoughts to someplace else and think of something pleasant. Think about a time when you were happy, a time when you felt good about a situation, a time when you are having a good time. This is mindful observation, when you're able to stop, think about what you're thinking about, and redirect your thoughts. Do you think you'll be able to do this? We're going to find out shortly as you practice it all day long. Once you are aware and more grounded through that observation of an item in the room, you can start to understand and accept how you think. You can understand how you can change your thought for that moment. Now, all of this will go a lot faster in the heat of the moment than I'm speaking. But once you're aware of how to stop before you speak, how to redirect your thoughts before you speak, how to change the dynamic of the situation as part of mindfulness. You probably have never examined yourself so closely as you have been this past week. But this mind cleanse is about helping you understand yourself. This exercise will help you understand why you are in some of the situations you're in. It will help you gain clarity on things like relationships, friendships, relationships with family and significant others. It will help you stand outside of yourself and look at yourself. In this new state of consciousness, you will be able to choose to do things differently. You can choose to react differently. You can be more mindful of your actions. Mindful awareness. Each time you think of a negative thought, or you're having a bad conversation, or you're losing your temper, just take a moment to do your breathing, to do your redirecting, to focus your mind on something pleasant, breathing again, focusing on something pleasant, and then speaking. Again, this process over time will become a lot faster, especially in the heat of the moment. This whole exercise takes you about 10 minutes to listen to. I want you to be consciously aware of yourself all day, the way you are at work, at home, and in play. Then, once you have observed it all day, so hopefully you're listening to this audio in the daytime, so you can have the whole day to observe yourself. Later this evening, I want you to take about 5 minutes of what you noticed about yourself. I want you to write in your journal what you noticed about yourself. After you journal about it, I want you to look in your affirmation book and find 2 affirmations that make you smile, that help you possibly in the future redirect your thoughts. Look through your book. You can either pick what the affirmation is for the day, or you can thumb further through the book until you find something that really resonates with you, something that you can use to ground yourself in the future. Okay, everyone, this lesson is a little longer than usual because we are learning a new technique, but that's all. Make sure you listen, study your behavior, journal about it, and then write 2 affirmations to go after it. All right, guys, that's all we have for today. I will see you guys tomorrow on day 9. Thank you. Bye-bye.